أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والحمد لله رب العالمين، وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين. اللهم وفقنا وسائر المشتغلين للعلم والعمل الصالح بحق محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salam said, all goodness has been placed in one house, and its key is asceticism and restraint from worldly pleasures. قال الإمام الصادق عليه السلام: جعل الخير كله في بيت وجعل مفتاحه الزهد في الدنيا. With Islamic laws, we reach to issue number 210, and we have a new topic about tahara, that is transfer or intiqal. If the blood of human beings or of an animal whose blood gushes forth, definitely the blood of a human being is what is najis one, because it is essential najasa, or of animal whose blood gushes forth when its large vein is cut, is sucked by an insect. In our example, the insect is what is a mosquito, normally known to be bloodless. Definitely mosquito does not have what? Does not have blood inside its body. But if it sucks the blood of a human being or of an animal whose blood gushes forth, in this case, the blood in the mosquito body. Now, do we consider it as essential najasa or no? This is the question. And it becomes, so if it is sucked the blood and it becomes part of its body, it becomes part of its body, the blood becomes tahir. The blood becomes tahir. In spite it is still blood. It is still blood. But since it is a transfer from the body of a human being or from the animal, now the animal which blood goes forth, now the blood is in the body of this insect. This blood becomes what? Becomes tahir. Because of what? Because of transferring. This process is called intiqal, transfer. But when a blood sucking leech sucks here, you know leech, this kind of insect, we use it when we have some blood which restrain in vein. In Arabic we call it اليرقات، أو شو يسموها هذه اللي تمص الدم على مطلع العلق. Yes, leech is العلق, exactly. So a blood sucking leech sucks human blood during some treatment, it will be najis. This blood inside the leech body is what is najis, because it is not considered as part of its body. Because the blood is not considered as part of its body. It is considered as a human blood. It is considered as a human blood, not like the mosquito. Not like the mosquito. Yes.
In this phrase, it's mean inside the insect leech?
Yes, inside the leech body. When here we have two pictures. The first picture, when the blood of a mankind or an animal whose blood goes forth, if it transferred to a mosquito or any other insect which does not have a blood, this blood inside the mosquito is what? Is tahir. Or the other picture, that this blood is where? This blood is goes inside the leech. Why? Because we need to make a medical process. We need to make a medical process. Have you got it? The other picture, the blood which becomes inside the leech body, is what? Is najis. Not like the mosquito.
I think the outside of this insect.
It is what?
I think it's the outside of the leech.
Why?
Inside. Because when the leech suck these veins, the part of blood be on the outside of this leech. I think this part is najis, not inside it. Why? Because I asked my question.
You mean that the leech, when sucks the blood, it has...
Yes, other two pictures.
Okay.
One of this part of this blood, the outside on the leech.
Outside where?
On the body of leech. Because I see this situation, yes.
Now, here he said, look, this process called intiqal, but when a blood-sucking leech, al-alaqa, sucks a human, look, sucks.
Yes.
That means inside its body. Yeah, inside its body, sucks human blood during some treatment. Maybe, as you said, but maybe the blood either it comes outside of the body of the leech and inside also. Definitely that one is najis, no doubt. But the inside body of the leech is also najis. Is also najis.
When this insect penetrates the vein, maybe the part of this blood be on the outside.
Outside, yeah, maybe, yes. You're welcome. Issue number 2011. If one kills a mosquito which has sat on one's body, if one kills a mosquito which has sat on one's body and the blood which it has sucked comes out, look, this insect or this mosquito is sucking what? Sucking the blood of a human being. And we killed that mosquito. And the blood which it has sucked comes out. It comes out from its body. It will be considered tahir. Since it is transferred inside the mosquito body and immediately you killed this mosquito and the blood comes out, this blood is what? Is tahir. As it was destined to be its part. Look, here we have also two pictures. Now, this mosquito, it has a needle, and when it put it in the body or in the skin, starts sucking what? The blood of a mankind. Now we have two pictures. Picture number one, the part of blood which comes inside the mosquito body. The other part of the blood is still where? In the needle of the mosquito. So which one of these two blood consider as what? As a part of the mosquito body is the one which inside the body we consider is what? We consider it as the mosquito body. This blood is tahir. While the blood which is still in its needle, it is what? It is not a part of its body, and it is najis. Yes. If one kills a mosquito which has sat on one's body, and the blood which it has sucked comes out, it will be considered tahir, as it was destined to be its part, even if the time gap between its sucking and it being killed be very short. However, as a recommended precaution, one should avoid such a blood. The main hukum for this blood is what? Is tahir. Even if it is just sucked this blood, short time still in its body, it is tahir. But as a recommended precaution, we have to do what? We have to avoid this blood. What do we have to do? We have to wash it. We have to wash it as a recommended. But if I do not wash it, is this blood najis or tahir? Tahir. Then what if it is tahir? That means I can pray with this blood on my skin. Doesn't matter. The other thing which make mutanajjis or najis or essential najasa tahir is Islam. What do we mean by Islam? We meant by Islam that if somebody was infidel, kafir, and now he embraced Islam, he said, I become Muslim. So he said the shahadatain, ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammad Rasulullah, and the third shahada, wa ashhadu anna Ameer al-mu'minin aliyan waliyullah. In this case, he becomes what? Tahir, by this testimony. Islam is purifying the infidel from emerging najasa caused by atheism, as mentioned in issue number 107. Issue number 212. If an unbeliever testifies oneness of Allah and the prophethood of a prophet, peace be upon him, and his progeny Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi, in whatever language, he said, ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammad Rasulullah, he becomes a Muslim. And just as he was najis, not mutanajis. You have mutanajis or najis? No. He was najis. Infidel is a najis, essential najasa. So make it. Yes. Before he becomes and just as he was mutanajis before, he was najis before, he becomes tahir after becoming a Muslim, and his body along with the saliva and the sweat is tahir too. But if he has any najis al-ain in his body, like blood, like urine, semen, it should be removed. It should be removed, because blood, semen, urine, it is essential najasa, whether with infidel or with a Muslim. It should be removed and then washed. Wash the part of the body. In fact, that part should be washed even if the mutanajjis al-ain or the najis al-ain had been removed earlier. Even the najis al-ain has been removed earlier. He should what? He should wash that place. For example, The infidel, okay, when he became a Muslim, when he becomes a Muslim, and he said, "Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wa alihi wa ashhadu anna Ameer al-Mu'minin Ali waliyullah." In this case, he became tahir. But before he becomes a Muslim, before he said the shahadatain, his body was mutanajjis with blood, with urine, with semen. After he announced or embraced Islam, he should what? He should wash that place. He should wash that place. As per obligatory precaution. As per obligatory precaution. Issue number 2013. Yes.
In this case, this doesn't need also just washing. If the part of his when he was infidel.
Look, Shaykhana, when he embraced Islam, okay, now he becomes tahir. Now he becomes tahir. What he needs now? Now he is tahir. If you touch him with wetness, you do not need to go and to wash your hand or something like that, because he is tahir. But does he need to wash up? Yes, he needs to wash, to have ghusl. He needs to have ghusl. This part, yes. Just to wash it. La, because it's blood or urine or any part of the body. If it becomes mutanajjis with essential najasa, not except touching deceased, ما عدا مس الميت, okay, needs only to wash that part. That's it. You are welcome. Issue number 213. If before an unbeliever becomes a Muslim, his wet dress touched his body. Alaykum as-salam rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. An unbeliever, infidel, he becomes a Muslim. His wet dress touched his body. When he was infidel, his wet dress or his wet body touched what? Touched his dress. As an obligatory precaution, it should be avoided. Why? Because that dress is what? Is mutanajjis now. Regardless if whether it is on his body or not. Maybe he said, I'm not wearing it directly to my body in order to let my body becomes mutanajjis. No, I wear for some sleeves, okay, and I wear a t-shirt. Above the t-shirt, I wear what? I wear my jacket, which I used to wear it when I was infidel. Yeah, you have to wash it and to wear it. Issue number 214. If an unbeliever professes Islam, he said, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammad Rasulullah wa ashhadu anna Ameer al-Mu'minin Ali waliyullah. He will be tahir even if another person is not sure whether he has Islamic sincerely, whether he has Islam sincerely or not. He just say it. He just say the shahadatain. Okay, or according to us, the 3 shahadat. When he said that, now he is what? He is a Muslim. He is a Muslim. We cannot kill him because he is not a Muslim. Number 1. And he is not najis. If you said no, he is a hypocrite person, this is not your responsibility.
The hypocrites have the rules the same as the Muslims. Yes.
As a Muslim, you don't care about this. This is not your business. What is your business? That he embraces Islam. That's it. So if an unbeliever professes Islam, he will be tahir. This is the hukum. Even if another person is not sure whether he has Islam sincerely or not. And the same order applies even if it is known that he has not sincerely accepted Islam. Look, again. And the same order applies. The same order applies. What does that mean? That means he is a Muslim. Even if it is not known that he has not sincerely accepted Islam. But his words or deeds do not betray anything which may be contrary to the confirmation by him of the oneness of Allah. That means all his deeds, all his words is not contradicted with what? With the unity of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or with the existence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if a prophet of a prophet sallallahu alaihi wa Muhammad being a prophet of Allah.
It means we are talking about Islam, not about Iman.
Yes. If he said أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وأشهد أن عليا ولي الله, that will be enough. That will be enough. Since there is nothing shown from him that he offended Islam or he cursed the Prophet صلى الله عليه وآله, so he is a Muslim. Yeah, the other thing which make essential najasa tahir is subjection, tabi'iyya. Issue number 215. Tabi'iyya means that a mutanajjis thing becomes tahir in subjection of another thing becoming tahir. Like what? Like if an infidel, he confesses Islam or he embraces or professes Islam, and he said أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمد رسول الله وأشهد أن عليا ولي الله. Okay, now his sons, his daughters, they will be tahir according to him. Huh?
We have tackled that.
They will be tahir according to his father, their father. Tabi'iyya, yes.
So, Sheikh, even if they, for example, when they grow up, for example, they become the one who
we treat them as Muslims unless they show. They show something different.
That's what I mean. If they show, for example,
they are infidels, we treat them as infidels. Yes.
If they were adult or baby.
No, baby.
No.
Children. Because adult, they can talk about themselves, they can express whether they are Muslims or they are infidels. But the children, they cannot say whether they are Muslims or they are infidels. They believe in so and so and so.
Sorry, Sheikh. Another question. Sorry for
No, it's okay.
I have friends who are in America and the Middle America. They are Muslim, but they say that we have a rule here that our children have the ability to choose their religion. We have nothing to do with them. In that case, can we consider them as followers to their fathers, or they have...
Shaykhana, what we are talking, these are the ahkam of Islam. The rules of Islam. These are the rulings of Islam.
Sorry, Sheikh.
I don't care about their rulings. Their rulings, they are not religious ruling.
No, the parents are Muslim.
Okay?
But they say, the parents told me that...
The rules right there.
Yes.
Now, I don't care about the rules. Even the rules right here, they are not 100% follow the Islamic rulings. So I don't care about them. We have our rules. We have our rules. Issue number 216. When wine is transformed into vinegar, its container, definitely the container which it was having the wine inside it, it is what? It is mutanajjis. Now, the wine inside this container, becomes what? Becomes a vinegar. Becomes a vinegar. Now, the container itself, up to the level of the wine, becomes tahir when the wine turns to vinegar. Because of taba'iyya. Inqilab according to the wine. Yes. When wine is transformed into vinegar, its container up to the level wine reached on account of fermentation will become what? Will become tahir. But if the back part of the container becomes mutanajjis, the back part إذا كان متنجس بالواين سابقا, so it won't be طاهر. It is still متنجس. If a container becomes متنجس because of contact with wine, it should be avoided. Why it should be avoided? Because it is متنجس. Even after wine has transferred into vinegar, even after wine has transferred into vinegar. Why? Because, as we said, the inside of the container will be tahir up to the level of what? Up to the level of the wine. When it turns to vinegar, that part will be tahir. While the rest, if it was contact with wine, it is still what? It is still mutanajjis. Issue number 217. The child of an unbeliever. We have the child of, we just explain this. Becomes tahir by taba'iyya in two cases. The child of an unbeliever becomes tahir by taba'iyya in two cases. One case we explain it, that if the father, the paternal father, the paternal grandmother praising Islam, the child is what? Is tahir. The other thing, if the child is what? If the child is discerning child, طفل مميز, and he confesses Islam, he praises Islam, he professes Islam, he is tahir. If an unbeliever embraces Islam, his child in subjection to him becomes tahir. Similarly, if the mother, paternal grandfather, or paternal grandmother of a child embraces Islam, the child will become what? Will become tahir. Provided that it is in their custody and care. That means this child, if his grandfather, paternal grandmother, they becomes what? They praise Islam, and the child is living with his father and his mother, and he is under the custody of what? Of his father and his mother.
This is what
He is not tahir. we need that the child is under the custody, he is not independent, okay, and he lives with his grandfather or grandmother, whom they become a Muslim. This child becomes tahir. Is it clear, inshallah? Number 2, if the child of an unbeliever is captured by Muslims and his father, paternal grandfather or maternal grandmother is not with him, he becomes tahir. Why? Because now he belong to Muslims. In both the cases, the child becomes tahir by subjection on the condition of that it has attained the age of understanding and discerning. It does not show inclination to kufur. If he becomes what? Discerning, and he is not showing anything belong to kufur, he is what? He is tahir. But if he said that I am infidel, I don't believe in Allah, na'udhu billah, I don't believe in Muhammad, he is what? He is najis. Yes.
How about the child of his mother or father?
They are infidel.
No,
if
one of them infidel
and the other one is a Muslim,
yes,
he is tahir. He is tahir, whether the father or the mother, because the child يتبع أطهر أو أشرف الأبوين. Issue number 218, the plank or slab of stone. شايفين هاي الدتشة المغاسل مع المغاسل، الدتشة مع المغاسل، on which a deceased is given ghusl, and the cloth which his private part are covered, and the hands of the person who gives ghusl, and all things washed together with the deceased become tahir when ghusl is over, because of subjection. Issue number 219, when a person washes something with water to make it tahir, his hands washed along with that thing will be what? Will be tahir when the thing is tahir. You understand this? Issue number 222, 20. If a cloth, etc., is washed with undercore water, not with core, not with running water, undercore water, ماء قليل, and is squeezed as usual, وعصرت كالعادة, allowing water to flow off. ليش نعصرها? In order to let the water off. The water which still remains in it is tahir. The water, after we wash it, and we need to squeeze it or to press it, okay, the water which flow off, we don't care about this water. We care, I'll give you the hukum of this water in the next issue. But the water which is still in this cloth or in this thing is what? Is tahir. Is tahir. Yes.
And in spite of the fact that the remains water is part of the flows of the flowing of water. Yeah, even the flowing of water is najis, but this water which stay in this cloth is tahir. Can we call it the dump water?
No, not dump, because dump is something just like wetness, but yes, it has more water, but not like this. This is wet. It is wet. Even it still have water, not wetness. Still have water inside it. Issue number 221. When a mutanajjis utensil is washed with under cold water. You know what is utensil? Yes. If it is mutanajjis and we wash it with what? We wash it with water or with under cold water. The small quantity of water left in it after spilling the water of final wash is what? Is tahir. After the final wash is tahir. Removal of mutanajjis al-ayn. Issue number 222. If the body of an animal is stained with an najis al-ayn, like blood, okay, just like when we slaughter the sheep or the hen or the animal, and the blood, when it goes out, then it is stained the body of this animal. Now this body of this animal is what? Is mutanajjis, because we said that the body which goes out of the animal in the process of slaughtering is what? Is najis. Is najis. While the blood which stayed inside the body is tahir, but it is haram to consume. Okay. If the body of an animal is stained with an najis al-ayn, like blood, or with something which has become mutanajjis, for example, mutanajjis water, its body becomes tahir when the najasa disappears. Its body becomes tahir when najasa disappears. For that, we notice that the butchers, when they slaughter the animal, what they have? They have water and to wash the neck and the other parts of the body if they have what? If they have blood. And also they wash what? They wash the knife. If you notice that. Because they knew that this blood is najis. Similarly, the same hukum, the inner parts of the human body, for example, inner parts of the mouth, or inner part of nose, or inner ears, become tahir after the najasa has disappeared. If there is what? If there is blood inside my mouth, inside my nose, inside my ear, okay, inside my eye, and this blood disappeared. Maybe it disappeared inside the body, or I throw it outside, okay, or I remove it by a tissue or by a cotton. It becomes tahir. Do I need to wash it with water? No. So if a question comes up to you and it said, how we can the inner parts of the body tahir? Number one, by washing them. Number two, by removing the essential najasa. Number three, both of them are correct. So which one is sahih? Which one is correct? By removal of the najasa of najis al-ayn. But the internal najasa, like the blood from the gums, sometimes the gum, it has blood, or the blood comes out of the teeth, does not make inner mouth mutanajjis. The first part, the essential najasa, comes from outside. The first picture, the first najasa, it was from outside. Comes inside my mouth, inside my nose, my eye, my ear. How I can make it tahir? Just to remove it with anything. I do not need to wash, whether by water, whether by tissue, whether by paper, whether swallowing it. I'm not saying it is halal or haram. I'm just talking about the way of making the inner parts tahir. Is this understood, inshallah? Now, if the najasa comes from inside, like the blood comes from the tongue, from the gum, how can I make it tahir? Look, does not make inner mouth mutanajjis. This blood will not make inner part mutanajjis. Similarly, any external thing which is placed internally, like a knife, like a needle, if we put it where? Inside the body, and it contacts najasa inside the body. If this knife, if this needle, if this tool, when we took it, it contacts najasa inside, whether it contacts urine, feces, blood, semen, whatever najasa. When we take it, are we sure it contacts najasa? When we take it out, we look at it. If there is particles of najasa on it, it is najis, we have to wash it. If there is nothing on it, it is tahir. I do not need to wash it. Look, similarly, any external thing which is placed internally in the body does not become mutanajjis when it meets with the internal najasa. So, if the dentures came in contact with the blood or from other teeth, it does not what? It does not require rinsing. It does not require rinsing. Of course, if it contacts mutanajjis food, it must be tahir with water. If this tool, if this, for example, knife, it contacts mutanajjis food, it must be made tahir with water. What we are talking about? Dentures. You know what's the meaning of dentures? طقم الأسنان. طقم الأسنان ترى مو مثل الأسنان. ما يعد part of the body. لا. Again. So if the dentures come in contact with blood from other teeth, it does not require rinsing. Of course. Why? It does not need what? It does not need rinsing. It means there is no need for water. Rinsing, madmada. We do not need for that.
Because the najasa is come from inside.
Very good, excellent. Because the najasa comes from inside. While if the dentures contacts mutanajjis food, the food comes from outside. It must be made tahir with water. There must be what? There is a need for what? For water. Issue number 223. If food remains between the teeth and the blood emerges within the mouth, the food will not be mutanajjis if it comes in the contact with that blood. Why? Because the najasa from inside. Issue number 224. Those parts of the lips and the eyes which overlap when shut. Parts of the lips هذه المنطقة مع الشفة مطبق الشفتين. Parts of the lips. مطبق الشفتين. مطبق الجفنين. When shut, will be considered as inner parts of the body. They are inner or outside. They are inner parts of the body.
In condition they are shut.
In
condition they are shut.
Yeah.
And when they are closed.
Even when they are open.
So why does the Marja, peace be upon Allah may bless him, what's the condition of shutting?
Those parts of the lips and the eyes which overlap when shut. يقول هذه الأجزاء اللي
داخل
بالانغلاق، لأن عندنا أكو أشياء ما تتداخل بالانغلاق مثل باطن الأذن، الصرة، هذني دا يحكي عليه، ذني حكمهن خاص. أحسن الله عليكم. will be considered as inner parts of the body and they need not be washed when external najasa reach them. They need no wash when external najasa reach them. But a part of which one is not sure whether it is internal or external. Alright? But a part of which one is not sure whether it is internal or external must be washed with water if it meets with external najasa. Some parts we do not know whether they are internal or external. بعض الأجزاء احنا ما ندري بها، هل هي من بواط مثل الأذن، هذه باطن الأذن، هل هي the inner part of the air, whether they are from inner parts of the body or from the external parts of the body, I don't know. In this case, if they contact external najasa, we should what? We should wash them. Last issue, issue number 225. If mutanajjis dust settles on a cloth. هذا الغبار متنجس settle on a cloth or carpet or on a carpet or settles on a carpet but is shaken off and thereafter shaken off in nikathna and thereafter somewhat touches that cloth etc. وبعد ذلك ايدي مبللة, my wet hand, I touch that cloth. After what? After shaking off the mutanajjis dust. That thing will not become mutanajjis. Why that thing not become mutanajjis? Because the dust is not wet. There is no wetness. It is mutanajjis dust, yes. But the problem, this mutanajjis dust does not have wetness. And also this cloth or this carpet does not have wetness too. So when I shake off this dust, I throw it away, and with my wet hand I touch that place of the cloth or that place of the carpet, it is tahir. It is not mutanajjis.
Shaking off, saying like remove it.
Removing.
Yes, yes.
Out the najasa.
Yes. That's all for today. والحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم ولعن عدوهم.